a lot of people think their way is the only way. If you do something that they don't agree with, you're wrong. I think there is no right way, there is no wrong way. When you are living this kind of sovereign life, when you are home educating, when you are traveling, or even if you're in one place, there's no right or wrong way. And I think everybody kind of finds their own way. For example, Sam kind of keeps getting into a few debates, let's say, in some of the homeschooling groups, the WorldSchooling and kind of unschooling groups. And I think, we don't use the terminology schooling. You've probably seen in a few posts that we don't usually use the term schooling anymore. We use education, so home education, world education, wild learning. Because school kind of still ties you down to that system, doesn't it? If you've got schooling in, I think what a lot of homeschoolers do, or world schoolers, we've noticed actually, world schoolers seem to travel different countries and put their children into a schooling system there. So they might be there a few months, then they'll take that child out and then move on to another country and put them into another schooling system, which kind of, I think, defeats the object of not being in the system. I mean, this is my personal opinion. I think it defeats the object of not being in the system. But surely that must kind of confuse the children even more, because they're making friends, then they're kind of uprooting and moving again, and then making friends and uprooting again in that schooling system. I know we travel full time, but Dylan's not in that kind of schooling system. We free learn, we are child led, so we learn by being out in nature, by the beach, at a castle. At the moment, I'm in an ancient fort actually, that's over 5,000 years old, and I've come up here to have a wander, and it's a circle. And you can see for miles and miles and miles across the South Downs, and as you can see, out to sea behind me. And I've come up today because I'm going to bring Dylan up tomorrow. I wasn't quite sure what it was like, so I've come for a walk today, and Dylan and Sam are going to come with me tomorrow. And Dylan is going to write up a story and about the history of this site.